Chicago's mayor-elect said the city should not demonize the people who rampage through the loop over the weekend. Amazing. In a social media fueled teen takeover that resulted in 2 people being shot and 15 arrests, Mayor-elect Brandon condemned anyway, I'll read it. It's hard for me to see this, but you can see the video if you go to youtube.com. Some online wanted a more aggressive response from the mayor, but Chicago is getting exactly what they voted for. It looks like Chicago youth are taking over. Good luck to the new mayor-elect. All right, now, okay, so you saw the video. For those of you, I hope you tuned in on youtube.com, The Carl Jackson Show, or rumble.com, The Carl Jackson Show. If you subscribe, rate, and review, our podcast will be sent to your inbox every day. You don't have to worry about it. You don't have to think about it. Just click little button, and then you're there. You don't have to pay for anything, all right? And it'll help us spread the word, and we ask you to help us spread the word about this podcast. But here's what the mayor had to say. Here's what he said in a statement that was carefully worded. He said, in regards to the rioting that we saw over the weekends, he says, in no way, when he was asked, in no way do I condone the destructive activity we saw in the Loop and Lakefront this weekend. It is unacceptable and has no place in our society. So he doesn't condone it. He doesn't condone it, but he didn't outright condemn it either, did he? It is unacceptable and has no place in our city. However, see, as soon as you talk about crime, as soon as you talk about a riot, as soon as you talk about destruction, and then the word but or however comes in, you're not a good leader. You're not a good leader. However, I'm still quoting the mayor-elect, Brandon Johnson. It is not constructive to demonize the youth who have otherwise been starved of opportunities in their own communities. Well, they didn't look like they were starved. They didn't look hungry. They looked like they were well dressed. A lot of them had nice sneakers on, nice sneakers to stump on those cars that didn't belong to them. It's pretty amazing. Our city must work together to create spaces for youth to gather safely and responsibly under adult guidance and supervision. To ensure that every part of our city remains welcome for both residents and visitors. This is one aspect of my comprehensive approach to improve public safety and make Chicago livable for everyone. He didn't even say anything. His comprehensive approach. See, here's why the city of Chicago is done. Nobody wants to. No, I'm just going to be truthful with you. The city is done. I stick a fork in it. It is done. The only thing that will resurrect the city of Chicago is if they have a spiritual revival. There is no political remedy anymore for what you saw take place in Chicago. There's no political remedy whatsoever, because I hear a lot of conservatives saying it, and they're right to say so, but we've gone past this point, and that is that, hey, there's no daddies in the home. Yeah, they're right. They're right. There's no daddies in the home. The problem is there hasn't been daddies in the home for approximately 2 generations, and a lot of these kids don't know better. And the kids that do know better will get punched in the face if they say otherwise, because you know why? They want to feel like they're a part of something, because they no longer go to church, and their church is on Instagram, and their church is on TikTok. So the parenting thing, we've already lost that. Hopefully that'll come back, but the only way that'll even come back is if these children someday turn to God. But the rule of law is gone. So you have parents that should be directing their children, a bad situation in Chicago. All right, a lot of single parents. But and then the rule of law is gone. Cops aren't respected anymore. So the criminal element feels emboldened. Kids feel like they can go out in public and do whatever they want to do. And you know what? They're right. And they just proved it over the weekend. And they're not going to be held accountable for it. Lori Lightfoot didn't hold them accountable. And you've got the mayor-elect that's already not holding them accountable and saying that we shouldn't demonize the little thugs. We shouldn't demonize young criminals. Is he crazy? Get the heck out of Chicago. If you are a moderate, if you are a Republican, if you're a conservative, if you have any form of common sense, you better get the heck up out of Chicago today. You better get up out of Chicago today. Get up out of there today, because you're not safe there. The only thing that's going to turn this country or that city around is a revival, is a spiritual awakening from Jesus Christ himself. That city is done. Stick a fork in it. Oh, and by the way, if you move to a place that's even more moderate or you move to a red state or a red county, do not vote Democrat. Stay your butt in Chicago if you intend to continue to vote Democrat.